Oh, that's good. I got in the picture because I was in New York doing a show, and they just called and said, "Come immediately. They're going to do a detective movie." And
It meant defective.
while I was flying, while the airplane was going, I think from New York to Los Angeles, they rewrote the whole movie. And had the plant movie. So I think Charles was working very hard with new ideas, right?
Well, it was Bucket of Blood again. The structure worked so well in Bucket of Blood that Roger said, "Let's just do it again." You know, and he tried to get Dick back to repeat. He says, "No, thank you." And
I was standing in the wings.
Yeah.
ready to go.
And I've been married to Dick in several other movies, so.
Yeah. Which you guys came back for several, you know, even in the Joe Dante had used you too as in his films, and we can get to that in a minute.
And I got it because I had just done Bucket of Blood. But I didn't have to appear in the movie so that I could duplicate myself or something.
Was the movie really shot as quickly as it claims to have been
shot? It was shot 2 days interiors on the stage, 50 pages a day, and then 4 days and nights exterior second unit, which was my group, all over LA.
Yes, sure, go ahead.
Maybe Mr. Griffith could address the many roles. Maybe not everybody knows that Charles Griffith, the many things he did in Little Shop of Horrors, besides your mother also.
Oh, my grandmother. My mother not, but my grandmother was...
his grandmother was my mother.
His mother, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And his father was in the movie.
That's right. He played the drunk in the dentist chair.
Oh. Plus, you were also the patient, the first patient.
I was the guy that ran out with his ear bleeding, and I was a shadow of Jonathan on the wall with the sack in the alley, and I was the gangster that stuck up the flower shop, and they got eaten by the plant.
But most important, he was the plant.
The voice of the plant.
Give us a little.
Feed me.
We want a few more lines, please.
You want a few more lines?
Yeah, if we weren't this nerdy, we'd like a few more plant lines, please.
Feed me. I'm hungry. I don't remember all the lines.
I want food.
There's
Yeah. Send down some chow.
Yeah.
Is it true you came up with the idea at a salad bar or restaurant?
Oh, we went out nightclubbing after doing Bucket of Blood. Roger says, "Gee, I like that one on the set." You know, got applause on the set, first time ever. And so we went nightclub and got drunk as skunks. I got knocked out by Larry Tierney in the Chez Paulette, and I don't know why he did it even. But then he probably didn't either. And first we're going to have a salad chef, and we had various kinds of cannibalism figured out, and finally the flower shop came up somewhere along the line and went from there. But it was same structure.
It was originally called The Passionate People Eater, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Not my title, Roger's title.
Yeah, I don't know when they changed the title.
I don't know, either somewhere in distribution.
Say cheese.
You all worked with Roger Corman other times as well. If you want to go into any of your other projects with him.
Oh yeah, for the first several years was all Roger
How did you
Corman.
start working with Roger?
Jonathan gave him 7 of my unsold scripts to read. He didn't read them, but he figured so impressed with the number he hired me.
They were thin, looked like you could film them quick.
Yeah, right. They were mimeographed.
Well, I did Roger's first movie, Monster from the Ocean Floor, and he brought me back every movie after that. I did about 30 movies for him in a period of a few years.
You did a lot of uncredited stuff. I mean, you were in a lot of stuff you just didn't.
Oh yeah. We didn't care.
Yeah,
we did everything. We carried reflectors. We did, you know,
Well, that's what I was going to say. When you worked for Corman, you did a lot of uncredited jobs.
Oh, yeah.
You drove a truck to the set instead of your car.
That's right. They were waiting for their actor and the equipment truck.
When you were shooting so quickly, what was the atmosphere like on these sets? You
Great.
were shooting just a handful of days.
We had fun, lots of fun.
One day, Roger called up and said, "You're directing underwater an Attack of the Crab Monsters." I said, "Yeah, I'd never been diving." I called him, and he says, "I'll be there in 15 minutes." And he came over with all the gear, the aqua lungs and everything. We sat down in the shallow end of the pool, and in 10 minutes he said, because Roger said he's sending the actors over for me to teach him how to dive. I'd never been diving, so he taught me, and immediately the actors arrived, and I taught them, and we all made
And we
it.
never drowned anybody.
Nobody drowned, except in Hawaii almost.
Could each of you address what Mel Wells was like?
He was a prince of men. You know, he was a bigger-than-life champion. Yeah, and he was my partner for years and years. Yeah. We never accomplished anything, but we were partners.
Mel was great. He was very funny and very entertaining, and he always had a group. You know, at his house was always some kind of a salon where people were sitting around talking, smoking weed, doing all the great things that were going on in the world at that time, you know. And go ahead.
Yeah. Well, when I came to work on the movie, it's the first time I met Mel Wells, and I felt like he was like the great wise one, or if he was in Oz, he would have been the wizard. And he was great and knowledgeable, and in my mind, I thought that meant old. He probably was just a few years older than I was, but he looked like everybody's wise grandfather. But he was very kind, very gentle, and very serious actor.
He also wrote a beatnik dictionary, didn't he, called the
Hiptionary, yeah, that was for another picture. But on this picture, he told the best Jewish jokes in Hollywood. That would go on for 20 minutes, half an hour, wonderful, elaborate Jewish jokes. And that impressed me so much that I wrote the Mushnik character for him. Only he said, "I'm Turkish." Okay. So
Were all the malaprops in there, or did he improvise the malaprops?
no, they were in the script. They were in the script.
We did the script pretty much the way it was written. You'd change a word here and there, or
You
if
always
you
do.
came up with something funnier than was there, he'd let you try it out, you know. But basically, we stuck to the script.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Did Corman give you any indication of what he wanted in terms of character, or was it pretty much just point
Me?
and let you go? Oh, everything.
No, he never did.
No,
He never did on any movie.
he just
He didn't
said where
get
to
that far.
stand. And then,
And also, that movie was shot so fast, there wasn't time for
Yeah.
a lot of discussion about it, you know? You get in there and do it, and if it was, you got through the scene, it was printed. It didn't matter, it was good, bad, anything.
I know Chuck and John worked Corman and Atkey for many a year, but was that your only experience with Roger Corman?
I don't know how I got into it. Do you know? Or did
No, I just heard that Jackie Joseph was starring in the picture.
I think he had seen me in a theater piece, and he was probably looking for a quality of innocence and, you know,
Charm and
ignorance,
sex
but
appeal.
likable, and I could do that.